Chanel and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute macrame tote bag. I'm really loving macrame at the moment, and this tote bag is such an easy project to make, and it's also a really good beginner's project for someone who's never done macrame before. So let me show you how to make this super cute macrame tote bag. Firstly, for this project you'll need approximately 80 meters of twine. I'm using a cotton twine that I'll leave linked down below. 2 rings about 10 to 15 centimeters in diameter. I'm just using acrylic ones, but if you can get your hands on some wooden ones instead, I think that would look amazing. A measuring tape and a pair of scissors. Cut 40 pieces of string at 2 meters long. I use my measuring tape to cut the first string at the right length, and then use that string as a measuring guide for the other 39 pieces. Once all your string is cut, separate them into 2 lots of 20 and then loop the string in half and place onto one of the rings with a simple slip knot. Repeat until there are 20 slip knots on the ring. Next, you're going to want to find a place to hang your ring. I'm using a hook on my door here, but you can use a clothes rack, a picture frame hook, anything that will work really. Once you've hung up your ring, it's time to start the macrame, starting with a row of square knots. I'm going to now try and explain how to do a square knot as best I can, but if you're still a little confused as to how to do one, I'll leave a link to a really good video down below in the description that I used to learn how to macrame. So definitely check that one out too if you're still confused after this explanation. To do a square knot, take the first 4 available strings and separate the 2 outermost strings on each side. Take the outer left hand string and place it over the top of the 2 middle strings in a kind of 4 shape. Next, take the outer right string and place it over the outer left string, then swing it behind the 2 middle strings and then loop it in between the middle strings and the outer left string, pulling it tight all the way to the ring. And that is the first half of your square knot complete. To finish the knot, we're going to do the exact same knot as before, but opposite. So this time take the outer left string, but place it behind the 2 middle strings instead, again in a 4 shape. Then take the outer right string and this time place it under the outer left string, then swing it in front of the 2 middle strings, looping it in between the middle strings and the outer left string again, but this time from the front instead of the back. Again, pull it tight to the first knot. I know this is very confusing, it took me a while to get the hang of it, but definitely check out the video below if you are confused, and that will make everything a lot clearer. Repeat these steps until you have an entire row of square knots. After completing a row of square knots, you should have a pretty good grasp on how they work now. So next we're going to do another row of square knots, but this time we're going to skip the first 2 strings, working from the 3rd string onwards. This is what makes the knots look kind of staggered and diagonal, and what creates that really pretty flower shape. Also, this time instead of pulling the knot all the way tight to the top, we are instead going to pull it to about 2 centimeters below the first row of knots. Repeat another row of square knots, leaving out the last 2 strings at the end of the row. Create another 4 more square knot rows 2 centimeters apart, continuing to stagger each row to create that knotted flower shape. Once you have 6 rows of square knots, repeat this entire process for the other ring. Then you should have 2 identical macrame pieces. Next, you're going to want to hang up your 2 rings side by side. You can see here my makeshift hanging situation that I've created with a coat hanger and a couple of S-hooks, but again, do whatever works for you. Then, to join the 2 bag sides together, take the 4 most middle strings, the 2 last strings on each bag piece, and create another square knot, making it level with the last row of knots you just created. Do the same for the 2 outer strings on each side of the bag, making the bag into a kind of tube. Now it's time to just keep doing rows of square knots, remembering to keep staggering them to create the flower shape and turning the bag around when you need to make it easier. This part is going to take a while, so what I like to do is put a podcast on and listen to it as I'm not away. It's pretty repetitive, but it's totally therapeutic. Once you're happy with the length of your bag, it's time to tie the ends up. To do this, take the 2 end pieces of string on each side of the bag and simply double knot them together. Then take the next 2 adjacent pieces of string and double knot them together. Do the same for each of the adjacent pieces of string until the bag is completely secured together at the bottom. Then trim off the excess string. So to finish the bag, simply turn it inside out to hide the cut string and the double knots. And that's it, you're done. So, how does it look? How easy was that? And now you've got a super cute macrame tote bag to carry all your stuff around in. I'm really excited to use this bag in the summertime to put my book and my bathers in when I go to the beach. But it would also be great to hold your fruit and veg when you go to the farmer's market or the supermarket. Plus, it's just really pretty, isn't it? So let me know in the comments below what you'll be using yours for. I hope you liked this video, and if you'd like to see some more projects like this one, then be sure to subscribe to my channel to know when I next upload, and come find me on Instagram at Rosery Apparel to see some of the other things I make. Thanks for watching!